this point, you guys might be wondering, how do I get access to these awesome things? Hey there, Tangerinis. I'm Maddie.
And I'm Jordan.
And we are Tangerine Travels, who just hit an awesome milestone. We're not going to dedicate the whole video to this, but we have to mention it because we're so excited. What just happened?
5,000 of you.
Zero. Woot!
Thanks a lot, guys. That's awesome. We're super excited about it.
Yes, thank you guys to everyone who has subscribed to our channel already and is following along with all of our adventures here in Mexico. If you haven't yet, maybe you consider subscribing so that you can hear some terrible puns. This enclosure, they have so many animals. There's deer, iguana, turkeys, but what I iguana know is how are they all getting along so well? Random events where we mess up Spanish and can't speak English either. Repeatedly, not just once, I just kept saying vas and I can go, but no, that means you go. Fun stuff like that.
Right now, we are in one of the beautiful places that Guadalajara has to offer, Bosque Los Colomos.
It sounds familiar. I'm getting deja vu. Have we been here before?
Oh, crikey, there's a real live ardilla.
By the way, guys, throughout this video, instead of using transitions, we've decided that we are going to use
funny clips from our previous videos?
Yes. We're going to include funny clips from previous videos.
5 pesos, los tamales.
What are you doing?
Don't eat the whole thing.
You don't eat the outside.
Oh.
You're like a hyena. That was scary.
I thought I was supposed to eat the outside.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This squirrel likes elote, just like me. Crema, queso, y tajin on top, which isn't spicy, and oh my gosh, best ever. I said don't run away.
A lot of people have been asking lately what we're doing in Mexico and what our story is, and we realized that we really haven't said anything about that in a while.
Yeah, we've just been bopping around here, there, and everywhere in Mexico. We haven't even told you guys why we came here, so we're gonna do a little bit of that. So originally, back, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years ago, we started tossing around the idea, what if we moved to Mexico? At that time, I was dealing with some really bad health issues. I'm still dealing with health issues, and it was just like, you know, we could just try going to another country, and we were both pretty dissatisfied with the culture of the US and how self-centered people were and always hooked on their phone, things like that, working all the time.
And I really wanted to see more of the world. Was that the case with you too?
Absolutely, because both of us, we had barely traveled anywhere. So.
The little bit of traveling we did do, it opened up our minds so much, and you see a whole new view of everything when you travel. And
become much more tolerant of languages, people, culture, food. It lets your mind think in a completely different way instead of being in this sort of one-track mind that so easily happens when you're just immersed in your own culture. Worm salt.
What are you putting on there?
Hot sauce, lots and lots of hot sauce. Something. If you were to have asked us, what are we doing here in Mexico, or why do we want to be here in Mexico 4 months ago, the answer would be night and day with what we would say today.
When we started, it was some of the reasons we just listed, as well as a whole long list of other reasons. Now, we feel there's more we need to do here.
There's a bigger purpose. It seems like we sort of uncovered a secret incognito mission that we didn't even really know was there at first.
And a large part of that is to destroy what the media is saying, the North America specifically, is saying about Mexico and portraying it as this awful place.
Which it is not. Even our families, everyone thought that it was a scary place to be and we were risking our lives to come here. It's not that we didn't believe that, or we did, but we just thought, how can you possibly say things like that if you've never been to a place? And that fear shouldn't stop anyone from going anywhere or doing anything.
Come on, let's go. Will you walk in front?
Let's go, come on.
Okay, walk over there so you follow me. Walk so we follow you.
When we first started this, we thought 3 months, we'll see how it's going, maybe we'll go back, maybe we'll keep going. We didn't really know. Now, we think of that time as like, oh my gosh, we blinked and here we are. It's 4 months later now. And we're here in Guadalajara, a place that we really actually never expected that we would be. Our plans have changed, things have gotten shaken up, and as far as we're concerned, we want to spend a lot more time in Mexico if it's at all possible. So we have some ideas for you guys. We have some fun stuff that we've been cooking up for a while now.
Hi, I'm a bird.
Señor. Señores.
Quack.
Quack. Quack.
Hi.
Oh, he's... Nope, 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 nope. Nope, he looks like he's gonna charge. To be perfectly honest, you guys, we've been putting off this video for a while now because we have such great ideas that anytime we tried to do it, it was like, oh, is it ready? Is it perfect?
It's never quite good enough.
It was never quite good enough, but we think we've finally done it. We've done it! We've thought of some ideas because the situation is we have surpassed the point at which we can respond to all of you guys. We get so many great comments and emails and Facebook messages, but we can no longer get back to all of you, which makes us really sad. So we started thinking, what could we do then? What can we do for you guys?
So with all the comments and the emails and whatnot, the gist of what we're getting is that you guys want more Tangerine Travels. Or maybe it's just more Alaska.
It's definitely more Alaska.
Alaska, say hi to your fans.
Alaska looks dead. You need to wake up.
Hey.
Wake up.
Okay.
Circle? Yes. How do we get in? Oh, jeez.
Alright, so here's what we got. We wanted to give you die-hard Tangerinis some opportunities for perks and bonuses.
And, you know, tangerine flavored extras.
It's a Tangerine Travels imposter!
One of the first ideas we had for perks that we can give you guys is priority comments, since that's the first thing that we are not able to do anymore is respond to all of your guys' questions asking, is it safe for dogs here, or what did we think of this location and things like that. So priority comments. How about the next one?
Hey, Maddie. Yes? What do you call a dinosaur with a big vocabulary? What? Thesaurus! That's a good one.
So another thing we've been requested quite a bit is blooper videos. You would
Having
have...
more bloopers in our videos.
Yes, exactly. So you would have access to private blooper videos that are not publicly available on our channel.
Like me, for instance, in the chronicles of Maddie saying dumb shit in Spanish, and times where... What are you doing?
Nothing. For everything that we would have paid for in Phoenix. So if we're going out to a restaurant, is a third if you're in doubt.
You tricked me. The next thing we thought you guys might like is access to a private Instagram where we would be posting pictures and videos throughout our day of stuff that just can't make it into videos because it's just little moments throughout the day or random stuff that doesn't really fit a video theme or something like that, but basically an inside look at our daily life and what we're actually doing throughout the day.
I know there's a lot of you who watch our videos for Alaska. For you Alaska lovers out there, we're going to give you access to her private Instagram where she posts videos and pictures of herself.
Like licking peanut butter off a spoon in slow motion. I think you guys are gonna love this one. Access to our exclusive invite-only Tangerine Travels Facebook group where you will have opportunities to choose which video we make next, hear real-time live updates throughout our day, and get to interact with other muy mandarinas.
And we'll be asking some important questions, letting you know what we're doing that day.
Embarrassing moments, other shenanigans, you know, that type of thing. In just a split second, I went from fleeing the shower to flying through the air in slow motion. This was one of those adrenaline moments where you could just see it all happening. You can't do anything. It's like, okay, I'm falling now. At this point, you guys might be wondering, how do I get access to these awesome things? And this falls in line with something else. You guys have been asking us for a while now when we are going to start a Patreon. And so these are our ideas for our Patreon to give you guys the most possible. We're gonna squeeze every last drop out of this Tangerine Travels.
So if you want access to these exclusive perks that we just can't offer everyone due to time constraint.
We've tried cloning ourselves, it didn't work. We also tried training Masca and she just was like, give me belly rubs. Masca.
Oh. It's a dog. Hi, dog. Are you being a dog while we're gone?
So instead, we've created a Patreon and put all those details in the description below.
Down below in the description, but feel free to ask questions if you have them. We're happy to answer them. If you have other ideas, you're like, you know, I think you should offer this perk, feel free to tell us that as well down in the comments. That way we know, because we are trying to do more for you guys with the time that we have and use it most effectively. So just let us know. Whoa. And if you are not able to join us on Patreon, but you still would like to have access to these awesome perks, we have something for you. All right.
Hey Alaska, you take this video from here.
Another thing a lot of you guys have asked is for us to start doing videos in Spanish. And at this point, we don't think our Spanish is quite advanced enough to do an entertaining video in the language, or we would just completely destroy it and embarrass ourselves. So
Tú eres el culpable de que todo haya, no, de que haya ocurrido, no, que esto haya ocurrido.
a way that we can compromise and sort of offer our videos in Spanish is to have captions in Spanish. And like we said, at this point, we don't quite have the skills to be able to fully transcribe the videos ourselves, but if you are able to provide translations in Spanish, we can offer you these perks as well. We're losing daylight, hooray!
So if you're curious
about what all of this entails, head over to our Patreon page. We put more details about providing captions in another language, including instructions on how to do that. It's super, super easy. And that is, did I already say it?
yes.
Patreon. Wait a minute, what are you still doing here? I thought you were going over to our Patreon page. I'm just kidding. But if you're watching this now, thank you for being a true, total,
Terrific
tangerine. And if you haven't already, I know you want to. Gong that bell so you get notified every time we put out a new video about all these shenanigans in Mexico.
We will see you next time.